Let's go. First thing we starting with Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar. He was over there with Lil Yachty. Y'all know how that go. I ain't that much of a fan of Lil Yachty. He used to be going up, but they say this podcast is good. I haven't seen it all yet, but Dr. Umar, he started talking about college. He talked about college in the black community. So y'all know I had to get a little taste of that in here and see what he got going on. So that's what we about to get into. Let's get it.
Dr. Umar, do you think it's the education system's fault that black people are financially literate, or aren't as financially literate, more or less, than white people?
Do I think it's the...
All right. That's a heavy field question. I know Dr. Umar gonna handle this one like a champ. Y'all know how he do. He gonna handle this one like a champ. Educational system's fault? In some black communities, education isn't even looked at as, being cool. So I don't think it's all the way the educational system's fault. Parents might have to step up sometimes and get that done. Let's get Dr. Umar's opinion though.
The education's fault.
Education system. Like, because we don't get taught about credit.
Yes, sir. I do believe they have a large burden to bear in that area, yes, but they're not alone.
Yeah.
I think the black community doesn't do enough to push financial literacy. And I also think the United States government has absolutely no interest in seeing African people economically empowered. Because let's say they did get the financial education, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still need access to credit and capital.
Right.
They're not.
Yeah, I'll say we don't have a lot of financial literacy going on in the black community. We just kind of have to get it out the mud on our own. But I don't know if in any school they really teach any of that. The only thing in school I got was how to sign a check. That's really it. And regular economics stuff, that stuff doesn't, I don't think economics helps at all. They don't teach you anything that can help you, at least in my opinion, that I couldn't get from doing some self-studying around on my own. That's how I feel about that. I remember taking economics. It did nothing for me. I don't even sign checks now, y'all. Signing checks to me is probably in the past. A lot of money can be moved, real quick these days without actually having to sign a full check. So it's like that. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Like he said, it could be a big weight for them. And opportunity wise, I didn't even know there's opportunity out there. That's just how much financial education we don't have. Like, you have to get past that first hurdle of even knowing what's out there in the first place. So that's the biggest thing, is getting that financial literacy. And the only way you're going to get it is changing your mindset and actually going out there and looking for it yourself. That's in my opinion.
Not going to get that from
So you're
Wells
saying
Fargo.
it's more than an educational system.
It's more. That's the big piece, but it's not the only thing.
Just the society we live in.
Because remember, Yachty, you need education and opportunity.
Yeah.
I could be a lawyer, but if I don't ever get a job or an opportunity to be a lawyer, what difference does it make? He could be trained as an engineer, but if he never gets an opportunity to be an engineer, what difference does it make? It's education plus opportunity. To that point, what do you have in America right now, Yachty? 2 million American Africans with master's and doctorate degrees who cannot find a job. Did y'all know that? 2 million.
Yeah, 2 million is definitely OD. It's definitely OD. But I mean, I don't think the job market is at its best right now. I know my company not hiring at all. So that opportunity, it was there. When I got in there, that opportunity was there. They were hiring a lot, but now I don't see that opportunity going in. I know for engineering, I know you hear a lot of jobs getting closed out at Meta, all that stuff. They're downsizing, so it's a lot of jobs I feel like that just aren't here right now. And it could be tough. It could be tough. The opportunity Opportunity is out there, I feel, but it can be tough for you to do that. And 2 million people with masters and all that stuff, it could be tough. It could be tough. But I would also like to ask, where are they looking for jobs at? That I think that could be a caveat in there as well. Where are you looking for jobs at? In what career field are you looking for jobs?
Unemployed, no work. Education plus opportunity equals empowerment.
So education doesn't open up doors.
Not by itself. You still need the opportunity, which is why I'm a big champion that we need to stop sending our children to college and send them back to trade school.
He said, stop sending your kids to college and send them back to trade school. I don't know where trade schooling stopped at all. I know for me, that was one of the routes that I had. If I didn't go to college, I knew I was going to be an electrician automatically. For real, I'm telling y'all right now, it was either electrical engineer or an electrician. That was my options. But my area, we had a career academy where it's like they give you all these careers that you can go down. They had construction work in there, so I learned about doing some plumbing work, carpentry, electrical work. That was an opportunity there. So I would say my school for that opportunity. It was just sometimes the culture does not want that. I don't think the culture looks at that as being cool, even though I do agree, and it's a lot of reasons why some kids should not be going to college. I think going down the other path is just as well, and you'll be making a lot of bank. Like if you go into welding, it was this dude, he graduated high school, went into welding, he was making over 80K a year, fresh out of high school, 18, making 80K a year. Yeah, those jobs are taxing on, they could be taxing on the body, but you'll be able to provide for yourself if you work hard, and then, who knows, go to college afterwards, after you get your mind right, after you're a little bit older, after you're able to handle some of those things. I think it'll work out. Trades is definitely a way out for our community. We have to push people into getting into those trades. Let's continue though.
You know how much we spent for the plumbing on FDMG? Over 100,000.
Yep.
Donations.
Electricity, over 100,000.
Yep.
Donations.
HVAC, over 100,000.
Donations.
They made that in about a month. You mean to tell me a plumber can make what a surgeon makes? What? A plumber can make a surgeon's salary in 2 weeks? Or a third of a surgeon's salary in 2 weeks? These plumbers, electricians, HVAC tech, and roofers, they get paid, man.
Yeah.
He not lying. Like I said, they are getting paid. And the route that you can take from doing trades it's kind of like you can get to that money. I mean, of course you start off doing the work, but eventually most of those people end up being entrepreneurs and employing other people. So think about that pipeline that you can have right there. I think that could be a beautiful pipeline. You start out doing the work yourself, then you become an entrepreneur, and now you're able to put the rest of your community on. It's just like that. And then, of course, you're not doing that work, but you're doing managerial work. You're running a business at that point. So it's all different. It's just a different pipeline. And I think that pipeline is just as accessible as going to college. You might make more money than a lot of people that go to college just by going into trades. And I think a lot of things can count as trade work, like trucking and like he said, HVAC, things that you wouldn't think of. I know a lot of people probably don't even think about welding. And like I said earlier, I know for sure they was making bank. When Buddy pulled up in that Jeep and he said, "Yeah, I'm welding," I said, "Dang, you fresh out of college? You fresh out of high school?" He said, "Yep, fresh out of high school, getting to that money on."
To send our kids to trade school. Now, if your child still wants to be a lawyer, doctor, engineer, psychologist, they can go to college after they get a trade. 2 years to be an electrician, 2 years to be a plumber, 2 years to be an auto mechanic, 2 years to be a roofer, a welder. Why are we not sending our kids to trade school? I'm gonna tell you.
That might go hard. That might go hard. Like, thinking about it, I had a job through college. So if I would have did 2 years being an electrician, I would have been able to easily pay myself through college of becoming an electrical engineer. And some of the topics and different things might have, already been very much understood just from my experience of getting that trade, paying the bills already. So that might be, and then you're just a little bit more mature before you go into college. Because I know a lot of people, you're just not mature enough to care. You're not mature enough to care. You're 18, leaving home for the first time. Y'all going to party and do whatever the else is going on. You feel me? Doing whatever else is going on. That's a good point. Get your trade for 2 years, then go to college. How old you? 18. You'll be 20. Some people 21. It'll work out. I think that Dr. Umar gave us the play. 2 years to go get your trade, get your work, get some before you go to college. That way you ain't wasting your time in college, because a lot of folks just wasting their time in college.
Tell you why. When desegregation came in the 1960s, black people got so tired of working with their hands, because that's all we was allowed to do from the plantation to the factory was work with our hands. So everybody said, my child ain't working with their hands. They gonna work with their head. So guess what we did? We gave up the plumbing, the electric, the HVAC, and we sent all of our kids to college to get these 4-year liberal degrees. And guess what? These college degrees are so liberal that they even liberated your ass from being able to find a decent job.
All college degrees are not made equal. That's what I mean. It just is what it is. STEM is known to get you a lot further than some of these degrees. All college degrees are not made equal. I want to say all college degrees matter, but at the same time, all college degrees is not making that bank. That's just what it is. All college degrees cannot sustain you financially. That's it. That just is what it is, And he's not lying. He's not lying. I personally don't blame people for, wanting to work with their brain instead of working with their hands. It can be less taxing on the body, at least, because I ain't gonna getting a trade is not, it's not easy work. I know somebody specifically. He said, "Yeah, I was an electrician on construction sites." He said the hours was hard. It was hard on the body, all that stuff. The pressure of work. He said I couldn't do it no more, so I went to college and got me a degree. And he did that. He's well in his 30s. Successful as all get out right now. Successful as all get out. So the pipeline works. He went to college on a mission, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. He went to college on a mission. He wasn't playing no games like the rest of us. I know when I went into college, I was playing games. Towards that end there, I got my head on right. But for sure, if I would have been an electrician first and then went into college to get my electrical engineering degree, it would have been a different thing going on for me personally. My head would have been in a different space.
We don't need no more college. We better go back to trade school. When you driving downtown Atlanta, who you see on them new construction projects? Asian, Arab, Latino, Caucasian. You hardly see any blacks. You know why? We ain't got the certifications and the licenses. We better send our kids to trade school. But
I don't see the construction sites like that. I know some people who do. And that might be true. I know when I see them houses being built, I know who building houses. Put them up real quick, real nice, good quality work. Good quality work.
You know, another thing that's messing it up too is like, you know, when you're growing up and stuff, going to trade school isn't like that's not the goal or like the dream to go to like the plumbing school. It's like you go to college, be a doctor or a lawyer, like the same basic things.
Right.
That probably just
That's because our community gave up the value we once had for industrial building training. You follow? But see, here's the problem I got.
Yeah, the culture gave it up. The culture gave it up. We had dreams of going to college or dreams of being a hood star. Hood star is gangster. You know, you want to be a gangster or, you know, rapper, athlete. That's the three things I know that the culture wants to do. The culture wants to do three things: college, hood star, or athlete. And I know people in all three. Got your folks that went to college. We got some hood stars. And we got some athletes. That's the three. I think we should add a fourth one. Trades. I think adding a fourth one for trades would work out beautifully. Tell them folks you're gonna be getting to the money. And eventually you're gonna own your own business. I know that game plan work for real. I seen it work. I know somebody who do that. Big house.
God, with the parent who say my child gonna go to college to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer. I got 3 questions for you. You gonna send that boy right there who smoked weed all day with his pants sagging with 50 tattoos on his body to Morehouse and Spelman, $50,000 a year. Let me ask you 3 questions before you.
Are you gonna send that kid to college? That kid don't want to go to college. He just described one of the hood stars. Maybe one of the athletes. Some of them folks did want to go to college, but did they even finish? They just went for the fun. And I got student debt for some bull. For some bull. That kid right there didn't even want to be in school. Slept through every class. Somehow graduated. Somehow graduated, y'all. That kid did not want to be in school. The kid he described, school was not cool. They shouldn't be going to college. That shouldn't have to be their only route. You know, that or being an athlete should not be their only route. You know? Because they don't care about schooling in that, you know, community doesn't care about schooling all the way. But getting a trade ain't that easy neither. You got to have your head right for that as well. So, I mean, it seemed like the culture just need to switch up a little bit. A little switch up. Get our heads right. Start moving to the left a little bit more instead of always going to the right with everybody. You feel me?
Or you pay that tuition. Number 1, did you raise him with the discipline he needs to be successful? Because I'm sick and tired of black parents cursing their kids out when they get kicked out of college for academic failure when you know you raised a lazy-ass black child.
Oh. Hold on now. Dr. Umar just came for the parents. It can hit the hearts of some people as well. I ain't gonna lie to you. It can hit the hearts of some people as well. Raised a lazy child. I'm telling you, it's just not cool. Kids don't care about that. I'm only at school because I have to be. Sleep, come home. Hold on, we about to hang out, get on this game. We chilling. I don't think it's about, you know, some parents, they don't care about schooling. They say they do. But at the end of the day, let's be real, they don't. At least with that child. And the child don't care neither. The child don't care neither. So, I mean, parents, what you supposed to do? Beat your child and tell them go to school? These days, you gotta, you know, soft parent them. I think it's about raising a culture in your household of this is what you need to do to be successful. Changing your culture in your household. This is what you need to do to be successful. And this is what is expected of you while being here. You feel me? Because he ain't lying. It starts at home. And you raise a child that's lazy.
Number one, if your child ain't got the discipline to go to college and succeed, why are you sending them? Number two, is your child about to major in something relevant? It's not just going to college. Are you majoring in a career that actually makes sense? If you go and get you a PhD in grasshopper reproduction, what career are you going to have?
He ain't lying. He is not lying. I'm going to say it again. All degrees are not made equally. If you get a degree in grasshopper studies, it ain't going to look bright. It ain't going to look bright. But that's not what they teach, y'all. They just teach go to college. Go to college. And that's your way out. And then you get to college, graduate with your grasshopper weaving degree. And you like, where my job at? Y'all told me going to college is the way out. Now I done went to college. I got $100K in student loans. And I can't get a job that pays anywhere near for me to even pay that off. Because y'all pushed, go to college. Any degree, just go to college. Yeah, I'm the first African American to graduate college. But now you can't find a job because all they did was push college. I mean, because you're the first, of course, people don't understand that, yes, your degree does matter. What you choose to do does matter. That's just the way it is out here. It does. Pick a STEM degree automatically. I feel like, really, if you're not going for STEM, college might not, you have other ways. You have other ways other than college to get to where you need to be at. That's just period. Or you need to pick a cheaper route of college. I know a lot of black people, you want to go to HBCU. HBCUs are expensive. I don't care what nobody say. And HBCU is one of the most expensive schools that you can go to, because a lot of them, they are kind of like private, right? They private? Automatically go to community college for that degree. Way cheaper route. I know when I was looking for colleges, I was looking for specifically, like I said, engineering, STEM, automatically. First thing, is this STEM? Second thing, okay, how much am I going to be paying for this degree? Because over here, it's $50K a semester, but over here, it's $8K a semester. Hold on, this math is mathing crazy. Why am I going to go to this school when I can go to this school, get my degree? But all we're pushing is go to school. I know right now HBCUs is just a fad. I think they're a fad. Because of TikTok, students want to go to school now for the culture of being at an HBCU. Because it's cool. That's not why you should be going to school, for the culture. Because you're ready to get out the house. You should be going to school to get your degree. And I'm saying this now. Yes, I had to think about certain things. Like I said, when I got to college, oh yeah, my head was screwed off. Light bulb screwed off. It got screwed back on towards that end, like I said, but the rest of the way, yeah, it's screwed off. So if you're able to pick up information now, I would advise go to a cheaper school. STEM number one. STEM. Find an affordable school. School for the culture and all that stuff, that's cool. Go to a school, with a good culture, but that should not be your reasoning for school at all.
being an expert in grasshopper reproduction. No. You got to make sure your children major in something that is relevant.
STEM.
If they ain't got the discipline to finish the degree, why did you send them? Most black children don't finish college, not because they don't know the work, Yachty. They were not raised in a house where they were taught discipline. And let me give you Dr. Umar's definition of discipline. It's the ability to do what you don't want to do, but it has to be done.
Taking off your belt.
Oh, discipline. Do what needs to be done when you don't want to do it. It has to be done. That was a Dr. Umar. You hit that one. You hit that one on the head. Discipline is being able to do what you need to do when you don't want to do it. Straight up. You're not lying. I think a lot of us, that's something that has to be instilled in you. I know for me, that discipline is definitely comes with maturity. And at 18, it wasn't all there. It wasn't all there. At 18, I don't think you're old enough for a lot of things. You're not all the way there. You're old enough to experience life. That's where it comes from. I think at 18, you're just old enough to experience life. And then your experiences will come through and you'll gain a lot more. Discipline is for one. Like I said, I didn't have it when I went to college. I thought I had it from high school. No. I still learning who the hell I was.
Whether you like it or not. How many of our kids have that?
What, a whooping?
No,
Not
discipline.
not a lot have
It doesn't have
discipline.
to be a physical spanking. I'm not against physical spanking, Yachty. However, if you spanking your child every time they mess up, that's not punishment. That's child abuse. This is Dr. Umar's rule for physical punishment. Your child.
All right, yeah, he going into other things. So for their highlights, he literally says, college is not for everybody. College is not for everybody. It's not. Number one, your degree matters. Your degree matters. You got to go into a STEM. STEM is the way to go. That's what I'm saying. Y'all in the comments now. They got me dying. Dr. Umar talking that joint. Yes, he is. My boy said he got a trade, and it's doing good for him. He said there's no blacks. Oh, gosh. Yep, young, dumb, and fun. That's what I'm saying. Had a 1.9 in university the first go around. Oh, one of my boys said he got that Grasshopper degree. One of my boys said he got that Grasshopper degree and he went back and got a trade, y'all. He went back and got a trade. Said they screwed him. I'm telling you, that HBCU Grasshopper degree, they feed you that dream. Grasshopper degree. My boy went back and got that trade though. Boy, y'all got me dead. This chat, bro. If you go to college, y'all, the degree does matter. Then the schooling also. Don't get pimped out your money. Don't get pimped out your money. So, like I said, trades is the way to go. It's looking like right now, especially if you ain't there all the way to be disciplined enough to finish your degree. Trading is the way. And it's the way out for a lot of us. Alright, y'all. If you are here, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. They going crazy in the comments right now. Got me dead. That is hilarious. And if you got that Grasshopper degree, you might want to think about getting a trade. Going back to college for a STEM.